Have you ever noticed how your legs sometimes feel weaker than they used to, or how a restless night's sleep seems to visit more often these days? Maybe you've brushed off these little changes as just part of getting older, something inevitable. But what if that wasn't the whole story? What if the slow loss of strength or those sleepless nights weren't simply aging, but signs of things we can change? Too often, we overlook these quiet signals, thinking they're just normal wrinkles in the fabric of our golden years. Yet, these small, easily missed moments can quietly chip away at our independence and joy. In today's video, we're going to explore 6 simple daily habits that can help you regain strength, sleep better, and live healthier well into your 90s and beyond. And stick around until the end, because I'll share the one habit that might surprise you, but could make the biggest difference in your journey to live longer and better. This isn't about quick fixes or complicated routines. It's about gentle, real-life steps that fit right into your day, helping you feel more vibrant and connected with every sunrise. If you are not subscribed, subscribe and activate the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. If you like the topic of this video, please comment 1. If you don't, please comment 0 to let me know how I can improve and make better videos for you. Now, let's begin. Habit 1. Gentle daily walking. It often sneaks up quietly, that subtle heaviness in your legs, the stiffness in your joints when you first get out of bed, or the way a simple walk to the mailbox seems a little longer each day. Maybe you've noticed your balance isn't quite as steady as it used to be, or your breath comes a bit quicker when you go up a few steps. You shrug it off. "I'm just getting older," you tell yourself. Friends mention it too, almost as if these aches and slowdowns are a rite of passage after 65. It's easy to accept that moving less and feeling less steady is simply part of aging, something everyone faces, something no one can change. You might even find a certain comfort in that idea because it means you're not alone. But what if this slow loss of strength and confidence isn't just Auge talking? What if there's more to the story, and more you can do than you've ever realized? Here's a question worth pondering. What if those little daily struggles aren't inevitable? What if taking just a few more steps each day could turn the tide, bringing back some of the strength, energy, and independence you thought were gone for good? Science has been looking at these questions for years, and the answers are both encouraging and surprisingly simple. Researchers at Harvard and the Mayo Clinic have shown that after 65, our bodies do change, but not always for the reasons we think. Yes, muscle fibers shrink and joints get stiffer, but much of this decline isn't simply the fault of aging. A big part is the gradual drop in daily movement. As we move less, our bodies adapt by getting weaker, our balance fades, and we feel more fatigued. In fact, according to the National Institute on Aging, regular walking, just 20 to 30 minutes a day, has been proven to maintain muscle mass, improve balance, and even enhance mood. Walking increases circulation, delivers more oxygen to our brain and heart, and helps keep blood sugar and blood pressure in check. It's a chain reaction. Move more, feel better, want to move even more. Even if you haven't exercised in years, gentle daily walking can wake up your sleeping muscles, reawaken your energy, and help protect your independence. Walking outdoors, in particular, brings bonus benefits. Sunlight for vitamin D, fresh air for your lungs, and the soothing rhythm of nature to calm your mind. But let's make it practical. Gentle daily walking isn't about setting out for a marathon, or even a mile. It's about fitting movement into your everyday life in a way that feels manageable, even pleasant. Start with what feels doable. Maybe it's a stroll to the end of the block and back, or a gentle loop around your yard or local park. Use a comfortable pair of shoes, and bring a cane or walker if you need extra support. There's no shame in making walking safe and enjoyable. You might set a regular time each day, morning before the sun gets too hot, or evening as the air cools. Some folks like to keep track of their steps with a simple pedometer or fitness watch, aiming for just a few more steps than yesterday. If you enjoy company, invite a neighbor, spouse, or even your grandchild to join you. Many communities offer walking groups for seniors, and sometimes the best motivation is the promise of a good chat along the way. If getting outside is tricky due to weather or mobility, consider walking in a local mall, or simply around your home, down the hallway, around the kitchen, or up and down a set of safe stairs. I once met a man named Walter at a small community center in Indiana. At 78, Walter had always been a bit skeptical about exercise. He preferred crossword puzzles and a good Western novel. But after his wife passed, and with his children living far away, Walter began to notice how lonely and stiff his days felt. His doctor gently suggested walking. At first, Walter only managed a slow circuit around his living room, hands resting on the back of a chair for balance. Some days he didn't want to do it at all. But little by little, his daily circuit grew. A few more steps, a few more minutes. He started going outside, waving to neighbors, then visiting the park. After a few months, Walter surprised himself by joining the center's walking group twice a week. He noticed his knees hurt less, he slept better, and, most importantly, he felt less alone. "It's not just the walking," he told me. "It's knowing I can still move forward, even if it's slow. That keeps me going." Stories like Walter's are more common than you might think. Studies show that gentle walking can help prevent falls, ease symptoms of arthritis, and even reduce the risk of depression. And it's not only about the body. The mind benefits, too. Each step outside brings small pleasures: birds chirping, leaves rustling, a neighbor's friendly hello. For many, walking becomes a time of reflection, gratitude, or quiet prayer. It's natural to feel hesitant at first. Maybe you're worried about falling, or about looking slow. But there's a kind of quiet courage in showing up for yourself each day, in honoring your body's abilities, whatever they may be. Walking isn't a race or a competition. It's a gentle reminder that life keeps moving, and so can you. So if you've ever felt frustrated by your body's changes, or resigned to sitting more than you'd like, remember, every journey starts with a single step. Even 5 or 10 minutes a day can make a difference. The goal isn't perfection. It's progress, and progress can be beautifully small. The first week, maybe you simply walk to your front door and back. Next week, it's in the mailbox. In a month, you might find yourself circling the block, breathing a little easier, standing a little taller. And on days when you feel tired or sore, be gentle with yourself. Rest is important, too, and some movement, even a short walk across the living room, is always better than none at all. In the end, gentle daily walking isn't just about muscles or joints. It's about reclaiming a sense of freedom, dignity, and connection. It's about proving to yourself, again and again, that you're capable of more than you might believe. So put on your favorite shoes, step out into the world, and let each gentle stride remind you. This is your time to keep moving, keep growing, and keep living. No matter your age, every step is a step toward strength, toward joy, and toward the vibrant life you deserve. Habit 2. Eat nutritious, balanced meals. Sometimes, the changes happen so slowly that you barely notice them. Maybe it's feeling a little more tired after lunch, or not having the same appetite for your favorite foods. Perhaps your doctor mentions your blood pressure or blood sugar creeping up, and suddenly meals, something that used to bring so much comfort and joy, feel more complicated than ever. You might find yourself reaching for whatever's quick and easy, or eating less because nothing seems to taste quite right. There's a quiet temptation to let go of old routines in the kitchen, thinking, "I'm older now, does it matter what I eat?" Or maybe you wonder if changing your diet can make a real difference at this stage of life. But what if the truth is the opposite of what we've always believed? What if, instead of becoming less important, what you eat after 65 matters more than ever? Could the foods you choose each day truly shape how you feel? Not just in your body, but in your mind and your sense of vitality. Modern science says yes, and the answer is simpler and kinder than you might imagine. You see, as we age, our bodies go through real and natural changes. Muscle mass declines, the metabolism slows, and the body's ability to absorb certain nutrients weakens. According to research from the National Institutes of Health and the Mayo Clinic, these changes can lead to loss of strength, slower healing, and even an increased risk of memory loss or confusion. But studies also show something remarkable. Older adults who eat meals rich in nutrients, especially protein, fiber, healthy fats, vitamins, and minerals, maintain muscle, support brain health, and live longer, more energetic lives. It turns out, our bodies are still listening closely to what we feed them, even after all these years. A balanced meal isn't about dieting, deprivation, or complicated recipes. It's about giving your body the fuel it needs in a gentle, loving way, supporting your bones, your heart, your mind, and even your mood. Think of your plate as a palette. The more color, the better. Leafy greens, deep orange carrots, vibrant berries, and wild-caught salmon or roasted chicken. They each bring their gifts. Fiber from beans and whole grains keeps your digestion smooth and steady. Healthy fats from olive oil, avocado, or a handful of walnuts protect your heart and feed your brain. Lean proteins rebuild muscles, which is especially important as we age. Even the simple act of drinking water throughout the day can boost your energy and prevent that tired, sluggish feeling. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know that you are still here with me. But you might be wondering, how do you make these changes without feeling overwhelmed? The truth is that small shifts in your everyday meals can add up to big changes over time. Start with breakfast. Maybe swap out sugary cereal for a bowl of old-fashioned oats topped with berries and nuts, or a couple of scrambled eggs with sautéed spinach. At lunch, try a salad with a mix of greens, some grilled chicken or tuna, cherry tomatoes, and a drizzle of olive oil. Dinner can be as simple as baked salmon, sweet potato, and a side of steamed broccoli. And snacks don't have to disappear. An apple with a spoonful of peanut butter, or plain Greek yogurt with a sprinkle of cinnamon, can be just as satisfying as a cookie. If you don't love cooking or live alone, preparing balanced meals might feel like a chore. But there are ways to make it easier and even a little fun. Consider preparing extra portions and freezing them for busy days. If you can, invite a neighbor or family member over for a simple meal once a week. Meals taste better when shared, and you might even swap favorite recipes. Farmers markets and grocery delivery services can help you access fresh, local produce with less hassle. And remember, it's not about perfection. If some days you eat a frozen meal, add a side of fresh fruit or vegetables. Every little bit counts. Let me share a story that might sound familiar. There's a woman named Jean who lives just outside Columbus, Ohio. At 74, she lost her husband and suddenly found herself cooking for one. The first year, Jean admits, she lived on toast, canned soup, and lots of takeout sandwiches. "I just didn't see the point in making a fuss over dinner," she told me. "I figured I was too old for it to matter." But her daughter noticed Jean's energy slipping, her skin looking dull, and her moods growing darker. With a gentle nudge, Jean started making one small change each week. First, she added a handful of spinach to her soup. Next, she started roasting a big pan of mixed vegetables every Sunday. Slowly, she found joy again in the kitchen, trying new foods and rediscovering old favorites. After 6 months, her doctor saw a drop in her cholesterol. More importantly, Jean felt brighter, steadier, and even inspired to join a local book club, where potluck lunches became her favorite part of the week. Jean's story isn't rare. Time and again, research and real life both prove that eating well can help you maintain your independence, manage chronic conditions, and even boost your mood. Food isn't just about calories and nutrients. It's about connection, to yourself, to your family, to the rhythms of each season. A bowl of homemade soup or a slice of ripe summer tomato can be a quiet celebration of life, a gentle act of self-care, and a promise to yourself that you're still worth nourishing. It's easy to underestimate the power of daily meals, especially as we age. But don't let the simplicity fool you. By choosing foods that truly feed your body and soul, you're investing in more years of strength, memory, and joy. You're saying yes to morning walks, grandchildren's hugs, laughter around the dinner table, and bright-eyed moments of wonder, no matter your age. So here's your gentle invitation. Take a look at your next meal and see if you can add just one more color, one more fresh ingredient, one more mindful moment. Listen to what your body needs and celebrate every small step. Remember, eating well is not about restriction, but about abundance and care. You have the wisdom of years, the taste for life, and the right to feel your best. Each balanced meal is a gift, not just to your health, but to the life you're still creating, one delicious bite at a time. Habit 3. Maintain social connections. There's a quiet ache that sometimes settles in when the house is too still. Maybe the kids have moved across the country, the grandkids are busy growing up, or close friends have drifted away with time. It can feel like life gets quieter with every passing year, the phone rings less often, and Sunday dinners that once bustled with laughter now echo in the memory. For many older adults, loneliness is a visitor no one invites, yet it manages to slip in, unannounced and persistent. You might think, this is just what getting older feels like, or, everyone slows down, everyone loses touch. The TV keeps you company, and maybe a pet brightens the day, but there are moments, even if you rarely say them aloud, when you wish someone would check in, or that you still feel as woven into the fabric of your community as you once did. But what if loneliness wasn't meant to be a natural part of aging? What if the deep human need to belong doesn't fade, but grows more important as we get older? Recent research tells us exactly that. Studies from the National Institute on Aging and Harvard University have revealed that social connection is just as vital as exercise or a healthy diet when it comes to longevity and well-being. Seniors who nurture strong relationships have better immune systems, lower rates of heart disease, sharper minds, and even longer lives. It turns out that feeling connected isn't just about staving off boredom or filling time. It's essential fuel for your body, your mind, and your soul. Think of connection as a vitamin your spirit needs each day. When we feel seen and valued, whether by family, friends, or even a neighbor waving from across the street, our brains release chemicals that lower stress, support healing, and create a sense of meaning. Socializing can even protect against cognitive decline, helping keep memory sharp and thinking clear. Isolation, on the other hand, quietly chips away at health. Loneliness has been compared by researchers to smoking 15 cigarettes a day in terms of health risk, a sobering fact, and a reminder that reaching out matters just as much as eating your vegetables or getting out for a daily walk. So how do you rebuild or strengthen those connections, especially if you feel out of practice or if life circumstances have changed the landscape of your relationships? It can feel daunting, especially if you're naturally shy, or if losses have left you hesitant to open your heart again. But small, gentle steps can work wonders. Start by making a short list of people you care about. Old friends, cousins, siblings, or even acquaintances from church or your local coffee shop. Try reaching out with a simple call or text, "Just thinking of you, hope you're well." Sometimes, an old friendship just needs a spark to catch flame again. If making calls feels hard, consider writing a card or letter. There's a special comfort in a handwritten note, both for the sender and the receiver. Don't underestimate the value of local resources, either. Many community centers, libraries, and senior groups offer regular gatherings, book clubs, classes, and social events designed especially for older adults. Maybe there's a walking group in your neighborhood, a painting class you've always wanted to try, or a volunteer opportunity at the animal shelter or food bank. The act of showing up, even if you feel nervous, can break the cycle of isolation and plant seeds for new friendships. Volunteering, in particular, is powerful medicine. Giving your time not only benefits others but also fills you up with a sense of purpose and belonging. Technology can play a helpful role, too. While it might feel foreign at first, learning to use video calls, social media, or group chats can connect you to loved ones no matter the miles between. Many libraries offer free tech help sessions, and grandkids are often more than happy to teach you the ropes. Sometimes, It's an unexpected bridge to connection across generations. Let me tell you about Mrs. Gladys, a spirited 80-year-old living in Kansas. After her husband passed and her daughter moved to Oregon, Gladys felt her world shrinking. She missed morning coffee with her neighbor, missed singing at church, missed being needed. One afternoon, on a whim, she joined a quilting circle at her local community center. The first meeting was hard. She felt like the outsider, a little out of place. But the next week, a woman named Ruth invited her to sit beside her. By the third meeting, Gladys found herself laughing, telling stories, and sharing recipes. A few months later, the quilting circle hosted a bake sale together. Gladys told me, "It wasn't about quilts at all. It was about remembering that I still belonged somewhere." Her eyes shone with the kind of joy that no medicine can give. She even learned to video chat with her granddaughter every Saturday, sharing the highlights of her week, and swapping silly faces across the miles. Gladys's story is just one of thousands, but its lesson is universal. It's never too late to reconnect. The courage to reach out, and the willingness to show up, even just once a week, can bring light back into the ordinary days. And you never know. You might be the answer to someone else's loneliness, too. So if you felt your circle growing smaller, or sensed the ache of being left out, know this. Your need for connection is as real and important as ever. Take one small step. Call a friend, join a group, write a letter, or simply say hello to someone new at the grocery store. These moments, tiny as they may seem, are stitched in the warm quilt of life. You deserve to be part of the pattern. Remember, connection isn't just about filling time. It's about feeding your heart, stretching your mind, and reminding yourself and others that you matter now and always. Whether your circle is big or small, old friends or brand new, there's magic in sharing stories, in laughing together, in simply being seen. Reach out and let the world reach back. It's never too late to belong. Habit 4. Keep your mind active. Have you ever walked into a room only to forget what brought you there in the first place? Or perhaps you found yourself searching for a word that once sat so comfortably on the tip of your tongue. For many older adults, these little slips of memory are met with a familiar mix of frustration and worry. It's easy to dismiss them. "That's just old age," you might say with a shrug, or maybe you joke about having senior moments with friends. But sometimes, beneath the laughter, there's a quiet anxiety. Will my mind always be this sharp? What if these little lapses become something more? Am I doing enough to keep my brain healthy as the years go by? But what if we've misunderstood what it means for our minds to change with age? What if staying mentally sharp isn't just luck or genetics, but something we can nurture every single day? The truth is, our brains are wonderfully adaptable, even in our 70s, 80s, and beyond. Science calls this neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to grow, rewire, and form new connections at any age. While it's true that aging brings changes, research from the National Institute on Aging and the Alzheimer's Association reveals that people who regularly challenge their minds are far less likely to experience rapid memory loss or cognitive decline. Think of your brain as a garden. If you stop tending it, the weeds of forgetfulness can creep in. But when you plant new seeds, by learning, reading, solving puzzles, or simply staying curious, you nourish your mind, helping it stay vibrant and strong. Even simple daily activities can make a difference. Reading a new book, trying a crossword puzzle, learning to play an instrument, or picking up a hobby you once enjoyed. These actions aren't just for fun. They strengthen the neural pathways that help you think, remember, and adapt. So what does it look like to keep your mind active after 65? The beauty of it is, there's no one-size-fits-all approach. For some, it might mean diving into the local library's book club, savoring the give and take of lively discussion. For others, it could be learning a few phrases in Spanish before a family trip, practicing on your phone, or scribbling notes in a well-worn notebook. Maybe you love to cook. Experimenting with a new recipe gives your brain a workout, as does planning out your garden or learning the steps to a favorite song from years gone by. Even spending time with grandchildren, helping with homework, listening to their stories, or teaching them something you know well, keeps your mind fresh and engaged. Let's make this real with a simple starting point. Begin with what interests you, not what feels like work. If you've always loved history, watch documentaries or read memoirs. If numbers fascinate you, try Sudoku or a simple math puzzle. If your fingers are nimble, knitting or woodworking challenges both mind and hand. Technology has opened even more doors. Free apps and online courses let you learn just about anything, at your own pace and in your favorite chair. The key is consistency. Just 15 or 20 minutes a day adds up over weeks and months. Try setting aside time each morning or evening, making it part of your routine, like brushing your teeth or taking a walk. Of course, there are days when motivation is hard to find. On those mornings, remember the story of Mr. Wilson, a retired school principal in Virginia. After he turned 80, Mr. Wilson worried about his memory, especially after losing his wife. For weeks, he felt adrift. One afternoon, he dusted off an old chessboard and invited a neighbor's son over to play. The boy was sharp, and at first, Mr. Wilson lost every game. But he kept at it, reading chess books from the library and practicing new strategies. Not only did his mind sharpen, but the games became a bridge to new friendships. First with the boy, then his parents, and soon, a small group from the local community center. It wasn't about winning, Mr. Wilson told me. It was about knowing my mind could still learn, still surprise me. That spark of curiosity reignited his love for life, bringing purpose and laughter back into his days. It's easy to think of brain health as something out of our hands, but every bit of effort matters. Studies show that people who engage their minds regularly have better attention, memory, and even faster reaction times than those who don't. Mental activity also helps manage stress, which is good for the whole body, not just the brain. Social activities, in particular, deliver a double benefit. They challenge your mind while lifting your mood, helping you feel connected and valued. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 2 below to let me know that you are still here with me. So, don't let worry about memory slips steal your peace. See them as gentle reminders that your mind, like your body, needs a little exercise each day. Pick up that book you've always meant to read, learn a new card game, write a letter to an old friend, or join a discussion group. Celebrate each small victory, the answer that comes quicker, the puzzle you finally solve, the new recipe that earns a smile from your grandkids. Most of all, remember this: your mind is not finished growing. Whether you're 67 or 97, curiosity and creativity can light up your days in ways you may not expect. You've gathered a lifetime of stories, lessons, and skills. Now is the perfect time to put them to use and keep building new memories. Challenge your mind, not with pressure or fear, but with wonder and gentle determination. You are still learning, still adapting, surprising yourself, and that is a beautiful thing. Every day you spend nourishing your mind is a gift to yourself and to everyone you love. In the end, keeping your mind active isn't just about protecting your memory. It's about living fully, with curiosity, connection, and joy at every stage of life. So let today be the day you try something new, dust off an old skill, or simply savor the pleasure of learning. Your mind will thank you for it, and so will your heart. Habit 5. Prioritize restful sleep. There's a kind of tiredness that sleep just doesn't seem to fix. You lie awake in the quiet dark, the house stilled except for the soft hum of the refrigerator and the slow ticking of the clock. Maybe you drift off, but a few hours later, you find yourself staring at the ceiling, your mind busy with memories or worries that just won't let go. The sun comes up, but you don't feel refreshed. And during the day, you notice your energy fades, your patience shortens, and those little aches and pains seem to weigh more heavily than they should. Perhaps you've come to accept restless nights and sluggish mornings as just part of getting older, something inevitable, like gray hair or wrinkles. Friends talk about it, too, swapping stories about sleeping pills or the latest herbal tea, but rarely finding real solutions. But what if sleep troubles after 65 aren't just a normal part of aging? What if the quality of your sleep could be changed? And by changing it, you could rediscover the vibrant energy, clear mind, and good mood you thought were gone for good. Science has shown that poor sleep isn't just a nuisance, it's a signal. Restful sleep is as vital to your health as nutritious food or daily movement. When you shortchange yourself on sleep, your body misses the chance to repair muscles, restore memory, and balance hormones. Long-term sleep problems are linked to higher risks of heart disease, diabetes, depression, and even memory loss. The good news is that your body never stops wanting to heal, and there are simple, gentle steps you can take to help yourself sleep well, no matter your age. So why do so many older adults struggle with sleep? As we age, our natural sleep rhythms shift. The body produces less melatonin, the hormone that signals bedtime to your brain. Pain, nighttime trips to the bathroom, medications, or even just worries about family can all play a part. You might find yourself falling asleep earlier in the evening and waking up long before dawn. But while these changes are common, they aren't unchangeable. Research from the National Sleep Foundation and the Mayo Clinic shows that practicing healthy sleep habits can dramatically improve both the quality and duration of your rest, even in your 70s and beyond. Where do you begin? Start with gentle, realistic changes. Try keeping a regular sleep schedule, going to bed and waking up at the same time every day, even on weekends. This helps reset your body's internal clock and makes sleep come more naturally. Create a calming bedtime routine, perhaps a warm bath, listening to soft music, or reading a few pages from a favorite book. Dim the lights an hour before bed to let your brain know it's time to wind down. Avoid watching TV or scrolling on your phone late at night, as the blue light from screens can trick your body into thinking it's still daytime. Keep your bedroom cool, quiet, and dark, an oasis just for rest. If you struggle with pain or get up often to use the bathroom, talk to your doctor. There may be simple solutions to make nights easier. If you find your mind racing as soon as your head hits the pillow, try writing down your thoughts before bed. Sometimes, putting worries on paper gives your brain permission to let go. Herbal teas like chamomile or a light snack, maybe a banana or small handful of almonds, can help signal to your body that it's time for sleep. Avoid heavy meals, caffeine, and alcohol late in the day, as these can all disrupt your sleep cycles. And don't be afraid to nap, but keep it short, 20 to 30 minutes, and early in the afternoon, so it doesn't steal from your night's rest. I remember meeting Evelyn, a retired nurse from Minnesota, who struggled with sleep for years after her husband passed. She would toss and turn, replaying worries in her mind until the early hours. At first, she tried sleeping pills, but they left her groggy and forgetful. Finally, at her doctor's gentle suggestion, she began a new evening routine. A short walk after dinner, a cup of herbal tea, and then 15 minutes with her favorite poetry book. She turned off the TV by 8 o'clock and wrote down 3 things she was grateful for before bed. Within weeks, Evelyn was falling asleep faster, waking less, and feeling more herself each morning. I never realized how much a good night's sleep mattered, she said. It's like waking up with a new lease on life. Stories like Evelyn's are echoed in senior centers, family gatherings, and quiet homes across America. Restful sleep renews not just your body, but your hope, your energy, and even your joy. It makes daily aches easier to bear, clears the fog from your mind, and helps every other healthy habit, eating well, staying active, connecting with friends, feel possible again. So if restless nights have been wearing you down, let this be your encouragement. Small changes can make a big difference. Be gentle with yourself. If sleep doesn't come easily tonight, try again tomorrow. Each healthy habit you build is a signal to your body that it deserves rest and care. And remember, it's never too late to reclaim the deep, restorative sleep that makes every new day brighter. You are worthy of good rest, of mornings that greet you with energy, of nights that cradle you in comfort and peace. Prioritize restful sleep, not as a luxury, but as a basic kindness to yourself. Each night is a chance to heal and renew. Every morning is a fresh opportunity to live, love, and savor this life. Let sleep be your quiet ally, one gentle night at a time. Habit 6. Practice positivity and gratitude daily. Some mornings, the world just feels heavier. Maybe it's waking up to an empty house, the echo of old laughter lingering in the hallway, or reading the news and feeling the weight of troubles you can't fix. Perhaps you notice yourself focusing on aches and pains, or replaying regrets and what-ifs from years gone by. It's natural, especially as we get older, to sometimes feel as though life's joys are slipping further away, replaced by routines, responsibilities, or a quiet sense of being left behind. You might find yourself thinking, isn't it normal to feel a little down at this age? Or perhaps you wonder if finding true happiness and gratitude is something reserved for younger years when hope and excitement came easier. But what if that belief is holding you back? What if the ability to see life's beauty, to feel genuine joy and thankfulness, is a strength that grows with age, not something you lose along the way? Scientists have been looking closely at how positivity and gratitude affect our health and well-being, and the results are both inspiring and practical. Researchers from Harvard and the University of California have shown that older adults who regularly practice gratitude and positive thinking experience lower rates of depression, better physical health, stronger immune systems, and even improved memory. It's not about ignoring hardships or pretending everything is perfect. It's about choosing, again and again, to notice what's good, to give yourself the gift of kindness, and to trust that brighter moments are always possible. But how does this work? Positivity and gratitude aren't just warm, fuzzy feelings. They create real changes in your brain and body. When you focus on something good, a smile from a stranger, the taste of your morning coffee, a call from a friend, your brain releases chemicals like dopamine and serotonin, which help reduce stress and boost your mood. Practicing gratitude has been linked to lower blood pressure, improved sleep, and even less pain from chronic conditions like arthritis. And here's the magic: the more you practice, the easier it becomes. Your mind starts looking for the good on its own, making it a habit as natural as brushing your teeth or locking the door at night. You don't need a complicated routine or hours of meditation to bring more positivity and gratitude into your day. Small, simple acts have a big impact. One of the easiest ways to start is by keeping a gratitude journal. Each morning or evening, write down 3 things, no matter how small, that made you feel thankful. Maybe it's the sun shining through your window, a favorite song on the radio, or a memory that warms your heart. Some days, it might just be the comfort of a cozy blanket or the quiet peace of a good book. Over time, these lists become reminders of joy, proof that good things still happen, even on the hardest days. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 3 below to let me know that you are still here with me. If writing isn't your style, speak your gratitude aloud. Share it with a loved one, or simply say it to yourself in the mirror. Today, I am grateful for. You might try a daily ritual. Before each meal, pause for a moment to appreciate the food and the hands that prepared it. Or, at bedtime, reflect on one thing that brought you comfort or delight during the day. Acts of kindness are powerful, too. When you compliment someone, send a thank you note, or call an old friend just to say you care, you not only lift their spirits, you lift your own. Volunteering, even in small ways, brings a sense of purpose and connection. Positivity, like gratitude, grows when shared. You might be surprised by how much a simple smile or word of encouragement can brighten someone else's world, and in turn, your own. Let me tell you about Robert, a retired firefighter from Michigan. After he lost his wife, Robert slipped into a quiet sadness that seemed impossible to shake. He stopped meeting friends for coffee, lost interest in his hobbies, and found it hard to get out of bed in the mornings. One day, his granddaughter brought him a small notebook and said, "Grandpa, let's write down what made us happy today." At first, Robert struggled. Some days, His list was just one word: sunshine. But slowly, he noticed the small things that had always been there: a neighbor waving from the porch, the taste of fresh strawberries, a favorite old song. Robert's mood lifted, not overnight, but gently, like spring thawing into summer. He began reaching out to friends, volunteering at the firehouse, and even teaching a gratitude class at the local senior center. "Gratitude doesn't erase the hard stuff," he said, "but it reminds me of all the good I still have." Stories like Robert's are echoed in every community, in every generation. Choosing gratitude and positivity is not about ignoring sadness or pain. It's about refusing to let them be the whole story. It's about permitting yourself to find beauty in the ordinary, celebrate your resilience, and share your light with others. And as you make this choice, day after day, you create ripples of hope that reach far beyond your own life. So if you found yourself feeling weighed down, or doubting that happiness is still possible, remember: positivity and gratitude are skills, not gifts. They can be practiced, nurtured, and grown, no matter your circumstances or age. Begin with one small step today. Write down a blessing, offer a kind word, or savor a sweet moment. Each act is a seed that, with time, blossoms into something bigger and brighter. You've earned the right to feel joy, to count your blessings, and to know that your life, right here, right now, is worth celebrating. Let gratitude guide you through the shadows, and let positivity open your heart to every new day. Because happiness is not just for the young. It's a treasure you can claim again and again, for as long as you live. As we come to the end of this journey together, remember that living to 100 isn't about grand gestures or perfect routines. It's about the small, daily choices you make. Walking gently, nourishing your body, staying connected with others, challenging your mind, prioritizing restful sleep, and embracing gratitude and positivity. Each habit is a step toward a fuller, richer life, one filled with strength, joy, and meaningful connection. You've already lived so much, overcome countless challenges, and gathered wisdom that only time can give. Now, it's your time to shine even brighter. The habits we've talked about aren't just health tips. They're invitations to celebrate your life every day, to honor your body and mind, and to keep growing, no matter your age. I encourage you to pick one habit to start with today. Maybe it's a short walk around the block, a phone call to an old friend, or simply taking a moment to breathe deeply before bed. Whatever it is, know that every positive step counts and that change is possible, no matter where you are right now. Please share in the comments below which habit you're most excited to try or which one has already made a difference in your life. Your story might just inspire someone else to watch this video. If you found value in this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so we can continue supporting each other on this incredible journey of aging well. Together, let's embrace every day with hope, courage, and gratitude. Living to 100 isn't just a dream. It's a path we can walk, step by step, with heart and purpose. Thank you for watching, and here's to your healthiest, happiest years ahead.